Back at it again for another episode of Birdie's Not BS for the first time in a long time. Both Woodses. Can I say Woodses? I guess. Both Woods back in action. Cheyenne and Tiger. Tiger in the match. Cheyenne playing locally at a Cactus Tour event. She and I caught up about her golf. And we talk a little bit about, Tiger, Peyton, and whoever else. Oh, yeah, Phil and Tom getting it mixed up. A little match with the GOATs. So Cheyenne, back at the course. How was it to play some G back in between the ropes when it mattered?
It was very strange. This was
Come on,
my
man. Strange. I got it. Here it is.
So this was my first tournament since first week of March. And, first tournament during quarantine and all that. And I have to say it was really weird, mainly just because I actually had to putt my ball out.
Yeah, I can imagine. It ain't good today, damn it.
Yeah, I've been playing a few too many rounds of golf with people who are generous and let me pick my ball up inside of 2 feet. So I definitely had to adjust to that.
About the pin, did you leave the pin in on those 2 foot? I don't know.
I
Man,
actually am really liking it.
Did you take the pin out now?
I don't know if I'll go back to having the pin out. Once we actually.
That's odd.
Yeah. So the pin is required to stay in, and
they left the pin in.
I think we talked about this before, and we have the noodles. Yeah.
Pins and noodles, tournament golf, money on the line, people playing for their livelihood.
Yeah. Noodles, pins, everything.
That seems very unique. All right,
yes.
So you get out there. How was the preparation? Did you feel prepared, or was it kind of like one of these tournaments where it's like, let me go test my equipment and see where I'm at as I get ready to go? So what was your outlook like going into this event?
So for me, I've been practicing. I've been playing money games, here and there with some guys. And this was a week where I just wanted to see where I was at. Tournament golf is very different than playing around with your friends or even playing a match with, for some money. It's different. And so for me, I just wanted to get back into that tournament mode, that feel.
Feel your feels is what I say. You got to feel them feels.
Yeah.
How were your feels? Were you off? Were you on? Like how? I don't even know. Couldn't imagine playing right now.
I know. I mean, I don't know if it was my feels were off or just, where we're playing, it's a little bit higher elevation. It's hot out here and I'm just flying the ball a lot further than normal. Or maybe, I just, all my workouts are kicking in.
That gym live you listen to the episode with Kobe. That's what it was.
Yeah. My quarantine workouts are kicking in. And so, definitely adjusting. And I think too, that goes into getting back into tournament mode. You do have a little bit of adrenaline. I naturally hit the ball a little bit further when I'm in a tournament than just a day-to-day round. So, being able to get back used to that and just being in that competition mode, which is what we love. And for me, why I play the game. So it's definitely exciting.
So what'd you learn today? Or in the past couple of days, given your tournament round? I mean, I hate to interview you, but I'm so intrigued by I'm sitting here wanting to play, and I'm looking at you out competing. I'm watching the scores online, and I'm like, I want to be like her right now. But what'd you learn today, about yourself or just COVID, I guess?
I don't know if I really learned anything, but I think it definitely just reinforced, again, just the love of competition and the fact that. You do
seem on a higher level right now.
I do.
Seem I'm
Yeah. No, it feels good. It definitely feels good. And I think, too, it also reinforces, like you said, the feels of, yes, playing every day or practicing every day is different than competition where you only have one shot and you have to have that feel. You have to be able to execute it at that time. I can't just, have my buddy throw it back to me and let me try it one more time.
Chip. Let me go ahead and re-hit this chip.
Yeah, just reinforcing the fact that you have to execute, which we all know. But, when I've had 2.5 months off.
In the middle of the season.
Middle of the season. It's just nice to ease back into all of that. So, I don't know.
You feel any pressure, though? Because I feel like you had your first tournament back. You're a Troon athlete. You're at Troon North, the flagship course for Troon. I'm sure there might have felt like there were extra eyes on you this week. How did you manage that?
I loved it. We're playing at True North, which I've played quite a bit, and being a Troon ambassador, it's nice to be able to compete at one of our courses. So, it's nice to be able to represent, and obviously I want to play my best. I do have some ground to make up tomorrow, so hopefully I can work my way up that leaderboard. But, not necessarily pressure, because again, going into the week, I have my own expectations of what my goals are, of really just seeing where my game is at, seeing what I need to work on, and using this kind of as like I don't know, I guess just a stepping stone of getting back into the right direction and really starting to peak at the right time of, when we do start back in July. And I just want to be able to build my game up for that.
See, I feel like that's a hard thing to do for people that want to compete and play golf at a high level, is learning how to trend so you can peak. So when we do talk about, working toward a goal, working to get ready for an event on XYZ date, where do you fall right now in that preparation? What have you seen in 2 days of tournament prep? And yes, folks, you will hear this episode once this tournament has concluded. But what are you trying to work toward, and what did you see that you kind of like want to keep an eye on?
I think, again, just really dialing in my distances. When I'm in season, I'm on the TrackMan every practice session, every warm up, and I know exactly how far my ball's flying, how much it's rolling out day to day, how the conditions are going to affect. I really am able to get my distances dialed in, and that makes a huge difference when you're out there
bougie.
competing. Because
So bougie.
TrackMan, yeah, I said TrackMan.
Oh, snap. Every day.
Every day. But that was a huge, I think, benefit for me, having that and just being able to use it every day. Whereas now, honestly, I've been working on a few things in my swing to where I'm focusing more so on contact, I'm focusing on moves, and I'm going to get my distances dialed in once I get that consistency. So coming out here and playing the last 2 days, I was a little rusty in terms of what my carries are. So going forward, that's something that will be the next step of dialing back in and getting ready for the next time that I compete.
How do you trend, or how do you peak, or what do you do to get ready to maximize your potential at a specific date and time?
In the last 2 months or so of us not knowing when we were going to play, I used that time to kind of figure out what I wanted to work on in my swing, get a different move down or improve on what I've been doing. So that's what I've been doing, and not really trying to necessarily score, but really more of the mechanics. Obviously, equipment. It's been hard during all of this. A lot of equipment companies aren't too involved with building clubs and sending stuff out. Luckily, Callaway had stocked me up on some equipment that I had ready to go, so that was good.
Did you switch anything? Have you switched anything, or are you still kind of holding true to what you like?
I haven't switched anything since quarantine. So what I started, new driver, I guess. I switched out the Ping for the Maverick. But that's it. What I started the season with is basically what I still have. So I'm really happy with that.
Ball the same too, right? Because I know your ball provider launched a new ball, so
yeah.
I don't know if you went ahead and put that in the bag or trying to get used to those things. Because, for the folks listening, these are what tour players and deal with week in, week out. Equipment companies putting out new product, ball companies changing, carry numbers changing, elevation changes, trying to get ready to go at certain times. I mean, this is like the game behind the game.
Right.
Right? Like trying to learn how to do it.
Right. And a lot of times when we do have this, quote unquote time off, it's not always necessarily time off, because these are the times when you are making those changes. You are testing golf balls, clubs, trying a new move, maybe working in the gym on something. So you are always building and trying to add something to your game. So, I've had some time off, but at the same time, I've been working with my coach a lot. I did switch a new ball, Bridgestone. And so, just playing with that and seeing how that is working. So, just minor changes.
Because I think a lot of our listeners too need to understand that, equipment changes change spin rates. Ball changes change spin rates in the different launch windows, etc. So when you're changing these things, you might hit balls out of different windows or with more spin or less spin. Are you seeing anything like that with the new ball?
For me, I just feel like I have a lot more control with it with my shorter irons and around the greens. I like how it's coming into the green. I can control it spin-wise and know what to expect as it's rolling out, just chips and stuff. But longer irons and driver, I feel like it's been reacting about the same, which I'm happy with. So,
Yeah, I don't miss a fairway. Sorry, it's annoying.
I mean,
I love seeing pictures of you in the rough. It makes me like think, there actually is a God because you don't miss fairways when we play. Funny, I like when amateurs hit bad shots and they do it in front of a national audience, much like we saw at the match this weekend, because that
yes.
was funny as hell. Watching Tom Brady absolutely struggle for 4 hours, or 2.5, 3 hours on TV was legendary.
One of the best athletes in the world, literally hitting. I mean, can't get it off the tee box.
I saw him shake a chip.
Yeah.
But you know what I appreciated about Tom Brady was his overall attitude. I feel like I can play with a golfer like that. If we're out and you're not having the best round that you ever thought about, but you're actually, you're not cussing, he wasn't throwing clubs, he was still engaging, talking trash, I can play with that golfer.
100%.
And if he was out there throwing stuff and cussing and doing this, that, and the third, I hate that individual, female. Like, I hate that. It's a drain on the round.
It's not fun.
You watched the match. What was your take on it?
No, I honestly loved it.
You're not biased or anything.
I didn't know what to expect because, we've seen matches in the past and it's live TV. It's a different format. You don't know how personalities are going to mesh. But for me, I just found like it was a perfect balance of personalities, good golf, bad golf, unexpected weather. I thought the commentators were great. I love Charles Barkley, no matter what he's doing.
Barkley and golf was interesting.
I need him like full time on the Golf Channel or NBC.
It's funny. I'm really starting to see Amanda Balionis kind of grow into like the go-to person for the broadcast, and I really enjoy how she presents the information. I'm more impressed with Justin Thomas than anybody on the telecast. I think he did a great job for his first time. The good news was he was able to talk a little more smack because he knows all the players involved, and I think that's kind of what golf needs. Golf needs a you and I to be out there talking shit and presenting information from a no BS standpoint.
No, I agree. I think it adds so much more personality to the broadcast, whereas golf sometimes comes off as a little bit, one-dimensional. You're talking about the same thing. You're analyzing a shot, and no one's talking shit. And that's what,
right.
I mean, majority of the time, that's what's happening on the golf course, right? People are talking shit. So you should be able to, you should be able to have that reflected in the broadcast.
I feel like Tiger let me down a little bit. I'm going to tell you why. I feel Tiger let me down because had he won the first match with Phil, I feel like he would have been way more fun. I feel like he was super serious. Like he did not want to lose to Phil again in this second match.
No, I could see that. Especially towards the end, I could see him maybe grinding a little bit, trying to, keep their lead and just close it out. That's the Tiger we know and love, though, right?
Yeah, and it's selfish of me to even say, right? Because they're competing. They're competing for dollars for charity, and anytime you're dealing with the GOAT in any sport, Jordan, Tiger, Brady, these guys want to win. They don't.
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like I wanted to be entertained. I wanted to be entertained by the shit talking and the banter and the shots and the side bets and those types of things. We had DraftKings as a sponsor and all these different I thought there was going to be some side action in this, that, and the third. So I think I might be a little greedy in wanting that entertainment, but I think it raises a good question. Like there should be some shit talking entertainment from the golf vantage point. I know Phil be good at it.
No, Phil definitely has an interesting personality to showcase in an event like that. Or even we all see him on Instagram, his little video clips and his chipping tips and
fireside chats.
His fireside chats with Phil. No, he has a great personality, and it was nice to see that, mixing with Tom and Peyton and even Tiger, had a chuckle in there too. But I love this stuff for golf because you are able to see that side of golfers. Like you said before, they're not always mic'd up. You're not always having a camera in their golf cart to actually see what they're doing, and to hear the conversations of how they're going to hit this shot or what shit they're going to talk. I love being able to see that side of a golfer because you get to hear it in basketball sometimes. You can hear it from the mics and you see it.
They're visual. They're
football, yeah.
I think Malvin said that in our episode with Steven, the fact that golfers are more silhouettes and they fit these molds where they're just the golf. And it's almost distractive to be a big personality in golf, because you want to stay centered and focused and to yourself. But to be flamboyant, that's not normal for golfers. But I think
it's not the norm at all.
I think some of those types of tactics could really go far in the game of golf because I watched the match and I wanted more. I wanted more from the match, and I feel like there's other people like me that see the entertainment value, and hopefully that's a niche that can be filled.
No, I agree. And, from the outside looking in, maybe it's not the norm. But I know playing LPGA, there are so many personalities on tour that you just don't ever get to tap into. But, when you're behind the scenes, you're inside the ropes, you're in player dining, you're playing practice rounds, you see the personalities. And so I think that this kind of opened the door to maybe being able to give us an idea of how to showcase those golf personalities better, so that we don't seem so much like silhouettes, like you said, and people are able to get a better inside look of who these golfers are, and that they are funny, entertaining, maybe assholes.
Right. All the above.
We want to know.
I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to know because I want to cheer for the people that I feel, vibe with me, or I vibe with or resonate with, because Brooks Koepka's a funny guy. He's a cool cat. But when you see him in the post-round interview, you see him between the ropes, he's very stoic. He's very focused. He's very boring ass dude, right? And then you see him on IG and he's cool, and it's like, wait a minute, that don't match.
Right.
I feel like that happens with golfers. Like people, you get in the ropes and you get that stoic, that I just took an Adderall attitude where, it's like you're very, very focused on what you're trying to accomplish. And it gets on my nerves sometimes. But again, when you're trying to go low, it's hard to ride a wave of emotions up and down and still produce a number. At the end of the day, Cheyenne, I'm thankful for the match. I'm thankful for what it was able to display. I did enjoy getting to see Tiger Woods. How good did his golf swing look? Phil's got some work to do, obviously, to get ready for the season. And Peyton and Tom, I'm looking forward to seeing Tom down in Tampa this season. But I really enjoyed the broadcast. I enjoyed the personalities that it brought in inside the ropes and outside. And I hope we see more of that moving forward.
No, I definitely agree. And I think, too, bigger picture, they raised $20 million for COVID relief. So I think that was pretty awesome to be able to have something entertaining in the golf world, get everybody excited about the game, and then also do something for a great cause.
Now it's time to get technical. As always, we like to turn up the topic just a little bit and get into it just a touch. Got a question off of, this came in via email, so shout out to Andrew Schultz for just shooting us this note. Andrew Schultz, he asked, what golf games can be played on the course to make it fun with friends, with or without betting? Dude, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I might not be the right person to ask for this question too, because when I'm playing golf, I'm trying to go low, and I'm trying to take whomever's money is available to take.
Right.
So, and I don't really care and or know all the formats that are played, the presses and all that kind of stuff. I know what I do. I say, we're going to play 18 holes, $20. Low person is going to take that 20. I don't know about you, Shy, but we can talk a little bit about some of the other little games I play, but I don't play a lot of games like, money games.
I mean, I don't either. Honestly, I'm either playing stroke play, match play, you have some money on, each 9 and overall. But I will say that I played a fun game this past weekend that I think people can do at home with a friend or a group. So,
please share it with me, because I don't know the fun games.
I think it was only fun because I won, but...
but yes, winning is fun. That's for damn sure.
Okay, so say you and I are playing.
Okay.
We play the first hole, I birdie, you par. So I get to take one club out of your bag and you can't use it for the rest of the day.
The whole day?
The whole day. But say you win number 2, you can either take a club out of my bag or take your club back. And I think that's fun because you got to strategize. What's their game? What do they need most? Maybe I want to get my club back. And then it also forces you to be creative. If you don't have a certain club, you have to adjust. And, say you don't have any wedges. How am I going to chip the rest of the day?
I'm already angry at this game.
I know.
I'm already mad.
It's frustrating.
Like, do you do the asshole thing in this game where you just take somebody's putter after you birdie the first? Because that's rude. I feel like I think
the putter's off limits.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
all right,
putter's off limits.
All right, cool. You can take the drive. You can take it. All right.
Yeah.
That's fair. So, that sounds fun. I'm not even going to hate on that game.
It's fun. No, it's a good game. So yeah, they can try that. There's no money involved, which is
no money and just a game for. I think that's the second part of his question. So you answered that. I don't have many games. I don't really play golf for fun. I play golf more so to get scratch my little competitive side. So there's a couple games that we play. We always play a little Nassau, a little 5-5-5, 10-10, 20, however you want to mix up the numbers. I like it 100, 100, 100. when you do want to play there, holla at me. But you know what's crazy? I like the game 9 point. I really love 9 point when you have 3 players.
Okay.
I like it because each hole is worth 9 points. If all players par the hole, they all get 3 points. If one player makes birdie and 2 players don't, then the hole's like 5 point. The low person gets 5, then the other 2 get 2. Or you can mix it up however you want the denominations to work out. But then after the round, however many points you tally up is how much the difference is how much somebody owe you.
Okay.
So if I go out and play and make 36 points and you make 40 points, I owe you $7.
Okay.
That's not how the math works. Did I say that? That's so not how the math works.
Yeah, it's,
I forgot
it's a little it's a little off, but I forgive you. You get
I
a
don't
pass.
know what just happened. I had a moment where I blacked out. But yeah, if I have 36 points and you have 40 points, it's $4.
Okay, $4.
But the thing about it is the game can get expensive, and that's what I like about it. You play $5 9 point, and it can get real dangerous.
I like that.
Well, that's it for this week's episode of Birdie's Not BS. You know how to find us, because if you don't, I don't even know how you don't know how to find us yet. birdiesnotbs.com, Birdie's Not BS on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And we're debating TikTok. I don't know. I don't know about TikTok.
I don't know. I feel old when I'm on TikTok, so I just need a tutorial for my 10-year-old nephew.
All right, so that's the question to the listeners this week. Can somebody get Cheyenne a TikTok tutorial? We'll holla at y'all.